Good evening, good night. Let's go, mother. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So, real fast, guys, tomorrow, guest speaker on. So make sure you guys are here. Bring pen and paper, ready to take notes, ready to learn and grow. Topic's going to be on leadership and just something that all of us need to continue to work on, right? Continue to get better at being a great leader. Um, Want to give you a quick update on just process and understanding of things, all right? You hear me repetitive say certain things. Matter of fact, if I say when people pay, most of you guys probably know what the next part of that is. When people pay, they pay attention. I was on a coaching call for myself last night for probably 2.5 hours. I landed, got home, landed, immediately was on a call for 2.5 hours. And it was a sales call, meaning there was a offer at the end, but I've already purchased the product. And so I wanted to go through the selling funnel because I'm there to learn. Now it was 2.5 hours. It was supposed to be 1 hour. Okay, so I think everybody here has probably shown up somewhere before. Someone told you it's gonna be 30, 45 minutes, ends up being an hour, 2 hours, whatever. So this was supposed to be an hour call, and it's going 2.5 hours for a product that I've already purchased, but I was paying attention. When people pay, they pay attention. I was paying attention to how they're selling a general audience. Now they generated $750,000 in that 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna say that again. They generated $750,000 in 2.5 hours. Now, most of you guys, that might take you a couple of years for your business to generate that kind of money. They did it in a couple of hours on a Tuesday. All right, on a Tuesday. And what were they selling? What were they selling? Information, education, right? It is the ability to shorten a run rate, right? Imagine this. You guys are training martial arts. I don't know. I'm not going to ask everybody to unmute themselves, go through this, but let's just use my example. I trained for 10 years before I was eligible to test for black belt. Now, I know nowadays is way different. People can test in 3 years or whatever else people do in the process. But it was 10 years of training before I was allowed to take my belt test. Okay. So that's probably an extreme for most of us. So let's just say, on average, if it's 4 years or 5 years, the average person graduates from college in 4 or 5 years. Earning your black belt takes 4 or 5 years of studying one discipline somewhere. If you're averaging a $3,000 a year somewhere in there of paying to go somewhere for 5 years, $15,000 of 5 years of training before you can take your black belt test. So you're going to spend 15 grand. You're going to take 5 years of your life. Or you could go down to this special program and pay 30,000, pay twice as much, but you can learn and earn the same skills, the same level of education, and have the same ability to do it in 12 months. Would you pay twice as much to save 4 years of time? And ultimately, that's where education comes in. Now, of course, martial artists are like, that's not possible. Actually, there's real life examples of people that have done this, and you can be great at it. Imagine this. I've 2.5 times started flying lessons. I don't know if anybody's ever taken flying lessons before, but you have to record so many hours before you're allowed to take your solo. And then you have to do so many certain things to be able to go take your pilot's license. And every time my basically next class, my next lesson was my solo, I bailed. Well, why did I bail? Is because I was going once a week for 2 hours. And then let's think about this. After that 2 hour lesson, I'm flying, I land, touch and goes, do all the stuff, learn how to read the maps and the weather, because you literally pull out a map when you're flying in a Cessna or a Cherokee. And but when I get home, I have 7 more days before I have my next lesson. I'm running martial arts schools, got kids, I got stuff I'm working on. By the time I came back around, I never had the time to study. You tell your students to go practice at home. Do you think they practice at home? They don't practice at home. So the reason why I always panicked and freaked out and never took my solos because I was not educated and confident in where I was with my skill. If I had been training 7 days a week, 8 hours at a time, I probably owned a couple planes by now. Okay. So if somebody's coming to your school twice a week for 45 minutes or an hour, or somebody can come for 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. Yeah, they should be better actually than that person that came for 5 years. So I know that I'm not telling you guys to go sell that product. What I'm saying is I'm on a coaching call for 2.5 hours, and what they're selling is how do you get somewhere faster? And people are ponying up money to do that. And they made more money than most of you guys will make in 2 or 3 years. They made in 2.5 hours. So how do we actually do that? People pay for two things in life. You guys should know the next things I'm going to say. People pay for status, they pay for accountability. These are called AirPods. Apple makes them. This is like my fifth pair. Does anyone want to know why I had 5 pairs of these? I only have one. Anybody want to know why I have that many of these things? Matt, do you know?
because you lose the damn things.
I've left them on planes. They've fallen out. Felt one of them fell out my ear, fell on the crack of a chair, and I can't find it. The chair ate it. Okay. Now these are $169. Do you know I can go down to the Walmart right now and buy an off-brand version of something like this for probably 20 bucks? But why do I buy this brand? Well, they've got me to buy in because I have all the products. I've got an Apple computer, Apple phone, Apple AirPods. I got the Maxes. I got the watch I never wear. I got the iPads. I got the everything. They got me to buy into the brand because they made my life convenient because they all connect. I'm telling you because money's never a problem. People can spend thousands of dollars on a phone and they get a new one every year and hundreds of dollars on things they've shoved in their ears. Probably not even good for you because people buy into the value of what they want. For me, I want convenience and simplicity. Everything connects, makes it a lot easier. I'm willing to pay a premium for that. People pay for status, they pay for accountability. So one, that's status. Next, accountability. The reason why people have a personal trainer at the gym. The reason why they'll hire someone to teach their kids something that they don't know how or don't want to teach themselves, like discipline, focus, responsibility, right? And so, guys, you have to be hard. You have to be hard. When I was in Houston the other day, on the second day after most of you guys have left, there's a new hire that was in that location. And one of the things I could tell he hasn't been trained on, and this, I think, if Wayne can correct me, I think he comes from a military background, but he's 23 years old, and age is never an excuse. I'm gonna say that again. Age is never an excuse. I'm not gonna discredit you guys because you're old, okay, or young, so it's never an excuse. But a brand new person walks in. I don't work there. I know nobody from Adam, and I'm the one running to the customer and greeting them, high-fiving them, making small talk, flirting with the mom and the dad, so I kind of get some information from them, talking to the kid, know the kid loves Cobra Kai, who his favorite person is. But the person teaching that school is over on the side of the room practicing his martial arts. And it could be because no one told him what his responsibilities are, but he's got to have some common sense that someone just walked into your business and you've got to be in a hurry to serve. Because everyone should know the next thing I'm about to say. Service is senior to selling. I'm going to say it again. Service is senior to selling. Service is senior to selling. Why does Chick-fil-A make $11 million per location? How they treat you. It's not their food. Because you can get a lot cheaper chicken. Okay. Popeyes makes a great chicken sandwich. Raising Cane's, that's all they do is chicken strips. But Chick-fil-A makes you feel a certain way when you're there. Shout out to Raising Cane's. I ate like 12 of them the other day in Houston. I was trying to do my part, Wayne. So I don't care what gimmicks you guys are selling. I'm gonna go through this super simple, and I'll give you guys time to do Q&A with me. You got to get leads. Okay. Your Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all those social media platforms, when you pay someone, which I do, to advertise for you, you will get leads. I get about a couple a day. Okay. I get a few a day. That is the low-hanging fruit. That is not your marketing plan. That is not the battle plan. That is the gravy. That is the extra. All right. I'm spending about $5,000 right now on a monthly level on digital advertising. Do not call it marketing. I'm paying somebody else to go put my stuff out there. That is what most of you guys do as your one and only. It's the gravy, it's the extra. Okay. The number one asset I invest in for bringing in leads is a person I hire. That person is going to go knock on doors, shake hands, invite, hand cards. They're the number one asset for your brand lead generation. Advertising on social media is the gravy, it's the extra. You should do both, but the number one asset you have is a human being that walks and talks, knocks on doors, kisses the babies, shakes hands. They generate leads. Next is someone's got to pick this little tool up, this little thing right here. Someone's got to pick this up and go, hello, this is Matt from Boyer Academy. Okay, someone's got to pick the phone up. When Matt was at one of my houses last month, he's talking about doing a second, a third, and a fourth location. I said, let's go pull it up. We go on the website, and before Matt even starts sending locations, I already called, and here's what I did. Tell me if I'm wrong, Matt. I said, hey, this is Matt Boyer. I'm looking at your property right now online. I love your location. Hey, listen, I'm already over here. I'm about to open my second, third location. I want to be. I operated as if I was Matt. Didn't I, Matt? I just literally jumped
Yeah.
on there. I operated like I was him. They don't know the difference. I mean, David sounds like Matt. They don't know who I am. And I was like, here's what I said. I said, I love this location. I would love to have my second martial arts school there. I love your spot, right? I'm looking at it online. It's exactly where I want to be. Here's my number. Hit me up. Here's my email. Hit me up. We got responses that day. I don't wait. So once I generate leads, I'm going to say this again. Advertising on social media is the gravy. The number one asset is a human being. I would have two people for every one instructor. For every one instructor, I have two people out there. Hey, come take my classes. Then someone's got to make phone calls. Anybody doing less than 100 calls a day should not be employed. Okay. If you do 97 calls, you're not in my building. You're gone. Okay. I watched a movie last night called The Boiler Room. Who's ever seen The Boiler Room from 20, I think 2001, 2000 maybe? If you're in the sales game, go watch it. They're talking about they do 700 calls a day. Always be closing, right? 100 calls a day should be less than 4 hours. If it takes you more than 4 hours, you're watching too much TikTok in between calls. Okay, if you get one of these dollars, you could do them so fast. Okay, you probably could do that in 2 hours. Anything less than 100 calls, you're a pretender. Okay, then now you get leads. We call them. Anybody know what the next thing is? Get appointments booked. I put an ad out yesterday. I got 6 people coming to a group interview tomorrow. Group interview. Check this one out. I just got a text a minute ago. Check this one out. Hey, I'm available today, tomorrow, or Friday, depending on times. I currently work at a jiu-jitsu gym doing the same role and more. I've been able to help them increase their memberships by 15% in the last year. I also train jiu-jitsu myself and looking for flexible part-time work. This person's already working at a martial arts school and doing the same thing there. Awesome. In my mind, I was like, I might get a coaching client out of this too. Okay. I've got 6 people coming to a Zoom group interview tomorrow. I'm hoping all 6 are good. I'll hire all 6 tomorrow. You guys are trying to hire one salesperson per location. I have one location not even open. I'd hire all 6 if they're good. That's 600 calls a day. Matt can only call 100 people a day and then he has to go teach classes. If all 6 of these people are good, I just put it out yesterday. Does anybody want to know how much I paid for my ad on Facebook? Zero, because it wasn't an ad. I just dropped this in groups. I got 6 people coming to me tomorrow on the Zoom call. If they're good, Friday we're going to meet in person. I'll hire as many of them as I can. I will only hire from now on 3 or more at a time. I'll never hire one person at a time again. It's not worth my time to train one person that doesn't work out. Then I get appointments. 10% is the minimum. For every 100 calls, I have to have 10 appointments booked. So I'm going to do this again. Matt calls 100 people. He's got to book 10 appointments. If he works for me, he's going to do 5 days of calls. He's going to get 50 appointments booked. Anyone here have 50 appointments booked for next week? Nobody does. Nobody. Of those 50 appointments, Let's say they suck and 15 show up. Those are some bad appointments. And I think almost everybody's told me you're closing 80%. What's 80% of 15? 12? 12? How many guys sign up 12 people a week every week? Nobody. Because you guys are doing the old school method. You've got a salesperson in your building who hasn't sold somebody in probably 4 weeks. And by the way, you're letting them steal your money. I'm going to give someone one day they don't hit their call volume. Hey, Matt, you did 62 calls. What's up, bro? What, hey, you sick? Was something wrong? Sweet. Hey, you got to make it up tomorrow. You got to give me 140. He don't make it on day two, gone. If your instructor didn't show up to teach classes, would you just let him and had no excuse? Oh, I just didn't feel like teaching the 4 o'clock class today. I'm just going to teach the 6 and 7 o'clock. I'm just not showing up. Wouldn't you fire that person? Y'all should test that out. If I was an instructor and the salesperson don't sell nobody, I'd be like, fuck it. I'm not showing up to teach today. They don't get fired. I'm not showing up. Fuck it. I'm only going to teach the 7 o'clock class today, David, because I don't feel like teaching the rest of them. You're not firing nobody else, not docking nobody else's pay, nobody else. They're sitting around twiddling their thumbs on TikTok. Fuck it. See how long that lasts and how long your business lasts. It won't. Okay. Sarah's off. Sarah's having surgery today, so everybody give her prayers. She's having face surgery today. It's okay. When you come back a new person, you have face surgery, everybody's gonna want to know what the hell happened. She wanted to be more Asian, so she's getting her eyes changed out today. It's okay, you still look great. All right. She's actually just she wants to get more facial hair like Ray, is what she says. So she's trying to grow that goatee out. You're jealous of his goatee. Good luck to doing surgery. Good luck. All right, next, lead generation. Get appointments booked. Get them to show up. Sign them up. Nothing else in your business matters. And then last, when people pay, they pay attention. Make sure we charge the right price and teach great classes. So if any of you guys are working 60 hours a week and you're not making enough money, you're working hard and not smart, and you know better. Not calling anybody out. Not calling anybody out. Maybe if your name starts with a D, ends with a D, okay? Again, like Matt's on the call here. We looked at Matt's numbers. Matt is one of the best people at promoting himself on social media. One of the greatest communicators I've ever been around. Pretty decent martial artist, you know. You don't have to be world class, okay? But he doesn't have enough students, and it's because he's in the wrong market. He's in the wrong market. It'd be like taking Tony Robbins and taking him to some podunk town, right? Like he might be the best pastor, preacher, communicator. God's given talent for that, but if you don't have the right audience, fortunately, we have the internet. The problem is most of you guys are not selling internet product. I'm gonna say this again. I was on a coaching call for 2.5 hours yesterday. They generated $750,000. Just so you guys know, the delivery of the product is only a 30-day delivery. It's not a year-long delivery program. It's a coaching course for 30 days. They made $750,000. And we're charging $159, $200 for life-changing benefits of martial arts. Do not overcomplicate the system. Okay. So I'm hearing from a lot of employees about how many hours they're working, 8 hour days, 10 hour days. I want you to work me. I want you to work open to goal. Hit your goal. You got 4 classes today? Sweet. You want to be the teacher? Sweet. Someone needs to be doing lead generation, getting them to show up, and you can sign them up. Okay. So tomorrow, I've got 6 people so far. Hopefully, more people respond today. I've spent $0 to find those 6 people. My guess is 2 people are on Zoom. I think 4 of them don't show up on Zoom. Let's make a bet. I think 4 show up for Zoom, or two. Excuse me, 2. I think 4 won't. I'm going to hire in 3 or more at a time. So if it's only 2, I'm not starting the process. If they're good, I'm gonna have them come in person, and I will pay them from 1 hour of work. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have 3 people sitting at a table. I'm gonna give them 1 hours of work. I'm gonna do a call, teach them a script. They're gonna do a call. We're gonna go 1 for 1 for 1 hour. They can do it, they get hired. I'm gonna pay $16 an hour, $10 for every appointment booked, 20 for every appointment showed up, $70 for every sign up. So it's $100 a person if they sign up basically. Okay. 100 calls a day, 10 appointments booked is the goal. So they should make an extra $100 a day, $500 a week. That's how I'm going to pay. They get those people to show up. They get all 50 to show up, guys. Think about that. Okay. That would be 30 times 50. Is that $1,500? Would you pay somebody 1,500 plus, you know, whatever that math is for the hour? Let's say it's $2,000 all in. Would you pay somebody 2 grand to get 50 people to walk in your door? Hell yeah. Because I'm going to sign up 35 of them. All right. I'm off my soapbox here. Don't overcomplicate the system. Quit spending money on ads, but you don't have anybody funneling the real stuff. Facebook ads are the gravy. Spend the money. Take 10% of your budget, drop it onto Facebook ads. I'm spending 5 grand a month. I've got one location not even open. Okay, spend 50, 60K a year on Facebook ads. We got the guy for you to do that. Okay. But the biggest expense, aka investment, is a human being or 3 that's going to generate quality leads. All right. Questions, challenges. Let's go.
Aaron.
Whoa, what's up, boss? Your voice is so deep. I like it.
Hey, I'm trying to develop just a very simple uh, call script because I'm really working with my salespeople to try to make those 100 calls a day. They haven't been, they're not used to it. And I also want to get, assistant instructors to participate and help us make calls. So I'm trying to create just some very generic scripts like things, messages we can leave on a voicemail. If we contact an actual human, those types of things. I'm just trying to work on some very basic scripts. Any advice?
Yeah. So first of all, keep it simple, right? Keep it simple, stupid. Um, so if it would be like this, all right? It's gonna go to voicemail, always or never, always leaves a voicemail. Hey, it's Aaron at Rise Martial Arts. Hey, listen, I'm gonna send you a text. When you get this message though, give me a call back or send me a text back as fast as you can. Hang up. That's it. It's gonna be quick. My whole goal is I'm not leaving any information on a voicemail, but I always leave a voicemail. Text. Hey, it's Aaron at Rise Martial Arts. I just left your voicemail. When you listen to it, call me back. I got a special offer for you. That's it. When I get the person on the phone, then it's whatever my gimmick is to get to book the appointment. So, hey, Wayne, it's Aaron from Rise Martial Arts. You got 2 minutes for me? Great. Yes. Awesome. Hey, I saw you had information that you were reaching out to us last month, 2 months ago, 7 months ago, depending on how old the lead is. Hey, we're just circling back right now. We got back to school season kicking off. We got new schools that have just opened up. So we're doing a grand reopening offer everywhere. I've got appointments available for Tuesday or Saturday. Which one's best for you? Oh, I'm not interested right now. Hey, I'm with you 100%. Uh, how about, do you know anybody, or who do you know else besides yourself who might be interested in this? My friend's cousin, uncle, sister is great. Do you have their information? Like the goal is, like right now, I'm funneling everybody to a group class. That's what I'm doing. If you have salespeople, what you do, you want to get them one-on-one and you want to get them that day. Listen, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. So I get them to come that, hey, listen, how about today? Do you have available at 6 o'clock? I want them to come today. That's the goal. So you don't really need a script in a sense because the problem with script is, hey, this is Aaron from like people read a script that sounds scripted. You need somebody that's see how my energy is? It's fast, it's upbeat. And here's the thing is 100 calls should be actually less than 2 hours because most of them are going to be under 60 seconds. 90 minutes really for a lot of these. And it should be someone has got to coach them, which means I sit in front of this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit in front of the person and it's gonna be a competition. How fast can you call? Right? I call, hang up, next person. Call, hang up, next person. If you have an auto dialer, you can get 100 calls done in probably an hour for sure. The reason why people don't get it done is no one's holding them accountable. But 100 calls should be, for me, it's the minimum. Minimum. I will pay people more if they want to do 200, 300, 400, or 500 calls a day. I'm paying them for every appointment they book because that's the only thing that matters. Listen, I made a note for myself. This one's a good one. This one's a good one. Remember this, what I'm about to say right now. People trade money for results. People trade money for results. You don't pay someone for their time, you're paying them for the result. If you have staff members not getting results, they got to go. They got to go that day. If you have a salesperson on your team, guys, and they don't book appointments today, let them go today. They're dead weight. And if it takes them more than 30 minutes to learn how to do a call like that, they're not a salesperson, right? Again, 100 calls a day should be the baseline. All right. Who else has got a question? Nobody. Sweet. All right, guys. Hit me up if you need me. Otherwise, tomorrow we have a guest speaker tomorrow, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. You guys can join on if you want to, guys. I'm doing a webinar. It's 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. Probably an hour, maybe two. But listen, again, I can't say this enough. If you're working 40 hours and you make no money, my owner operators are there. You're working 40, 60, 80 hours in your school and you make no money. Stop doing what you're doing. Literally just close down the business today, close it down for a week, come stay at my house like John's doing right now for the next 2 days. Get your business fixed because time is passing you by. All you guys are working way too damn hard and making nothing. Like, stop what you're doing, right? What's the definition of insanity? And quit putting all these damn excuses in front of you, right? A lot of you guys speak the objection. One of my clients, I was at their event the other day, he gets on the microphone and he's like, hey guys, I don't want any trouble. We're speaking negative into people. Don't do this. You're programming people. Hey guys, I know this might be expensive. Hey guys, I know this is going to be hard. Why? You just told them it's going to be hard, and it's not going to be hard. You're working crazy hours teaching martial arts classes and make no money. You're not signing up anybody. You're spinning your wheels, and you're going to drop dead on the floor. Stop it. If you saw your kids doing dumb shit like that, you would slap your kids. Stop doing what you're doing and fix it faster because people are counting on you. We got to be better leaders. And if you need me to slap you for you, come on, baby, let's roll. I love you guys. I want y'all to win bigger. All right? Let's be tough on ourselves. Hold ourselves to a new standard. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.